All right, good morning. Just got back from Lowe's and Home Depot. I was in search of a bathroom vent that I mentioned yesterday, and what I came up with was this unit. I got this at Lowe's, and it's a fan with light. It's a fan with light, and it's got a heat coil in it, so you can turn on the heat if it gets a little chilly in the shower. So it's a light. There's a light fixture, and of course this all runs on 110, so it'll all function when we're hooked up to shore power. And I may go ahead and throw this in the sub panel so that I can operate it off of the inverter when we're boondocking. Now, I would imagine that heat right there probably pulls a lot of watts. I'll have to read the manual and find out what the what the wattage and everything use is, and see if it's even possible. But what I'm going to need to do is, I bought this switch right here. And I'll be mounting a box right here. And this is a 3-in-1 switch. Okay. So more than likely this will be the light, this will be the fan, and this will be for the heat unit. And if the heat unit won't work off of the inverter, which it probably will, then we just don't turn on the heat unit. But I'm going to wire the fan, the light, and the heater separate, and that's what this switch does. Very cool stuff. So I'll be mounting that right here on when you open the bathroom door, and then that will turn on the shower light. Now I'm still going to have another light right here, for just when you're using the toilet. But it's nice when you're in a shower and you've got the shower curtain drawn to be able to have a light, in the shower. So let me figure out what I'm doing here, and I'll come back. Okay, I've got my bathroom exhaust fan, heater, light, etc. is is hanging there. I've got a just got one screw there so I could pivot it down, and now I've got my wires run. And I've got them run over to where my switch is going to be. I'm also going to run some 12 volt for the switch for this light. So let me get my box in. Let me get these wires tightened up here, and I will get the box oriented correctly. And I've got my 12-2 hot from the box. Still got to hook it up to the panel, but I will. And I'm inside working, so I decided to turn on the air conditioner. Why not, right? It's Florida. So, alright, I'll be right back. You may be wondering why I ran 2 wires over to the fan, and maybe why one has black tape on it and the other one doesn't. That's because I need 4 wires going to this fan so that each element of the fan can be switched. The ventilation fan, the light, and the heat. So I wanted to, I want to be able to switch them because there's 3 switches here, okay? So in that fan or that exhaust system there, I want to be able to control the fan, the light, and the heat. You know, I mean, it just depends on how I wire them. This one will probably be the heat. This one will probably be the fan. This will probably be the light. But I need 4 wires to do that. And when I hook them up, I'll show you what it is I'm doing. Okay? And of course, those 2 wires come back to the switch. And that's where the unit gets its power from, is from here. See, here we've got a black hot and a white common. And you'll notice that in here, all of our common wires will all get wire nutted together. There's 3 of them, because there's 3 units. And I'll choose one of the colors. See, because this wire here is black and red and black and red. And when it comes over to the switch, I have to choose one of those black or reds to be my white, and I need to know which one it is when I get it over here into the box. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, the bathroom fixture, the fan, the heater, and the blower and the light all work. I've got all my wires wire tied and black taped. You remember that's my favorite thing to do. Got the switch hooked up, tried it, everything functions, so I'm going to tighten everything up right now. Put the fan up in its position, screw it into the rafters, put the light fixture on, and I'll come back and show you how it all works. Okay, before I put this switch in the box and put the plate on it, remember, we use the black tape to wrap around it. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so I've got my electrical tape wrapped all around it. I'm grounded. My wires are marked. And I'm going to go ahead and push the box back in. I'll be back. Okay, boys and girls, it's the middle of the night and you gotta go potty. Bam! Or it's the middle of the night and you want to take a shower. I've still got to put my switch for my, I've got some recessed lighting that's going to go. These are temporary lights, by the way. And I'm going to put a switch over here. And so here's the switch. The bottom one is for the light. This first one is for the blower fan, for the vent fan. And you can see the thing flapping right there. And this one right here controls the heat. And it's blowing pretty good. Now listen, you see my, I don't know if you can hear that beeping sound. But that heat strip there is pulling about 1300 watts. So I'm going to shut it off. And then my batteries will go back to normal. Yeah, 12.74, they'll climb. Oh, by the way, I'm completely on battery power right now. I wanted to test this out and see if it worked. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. Booyah. Okay. And this one up here, remember, you just turn it on with the switch. But like I said, there'll be a 12-volt switch like the ones over there on that wall. That will that'll go here. See, this is all 110 stuff right here. Now, on the off chance that we do not have shore power or enough battery power, I want to try to figure out a way to change the light that's in this bathroom fixture to 12 volt. If not, I'll just install another 12 volt maybe on the other side over there, just another puck light, so that you have light in the shower. And if that be the case, then we won't need to run this as much, because that's a 60 watt, even though it's an LED bulb, it's still, I don't know what the deal is, but it's not using much energy right now. Let's see, let me turn that, hold on, let me turn that on, turn that off, let me turn this light off. Okay, now I'm going to go check the battery meter and see where we're at. I'll be right back. Alright, we're at 12.92 volts, and it says I've got about 15 hours left till my batteries are dead. So, if I were to turn on that heat strip, it'd probably drop dramatically to something like 2 hours. But keep in mind, I don't have my solar panels or my wind hooked up, so nothing's going back into the batteries right now. I'm only taking from the batteries. I don't even have the shore power hooked up for the converter. So let me shut that off. And let's see. Boink, boink, boink. Oh, well, while we're here, I just wanted you to, I took all the bracing off, and so that's what the top of the shower is going to look like. Of course, I've got a caulk all the way around there. I picked up some nice 100% mold and mildew resistant and white. So I'll be taping off that and putting a real nice bead up there. Keep the water from working its way back behind that shower enclosure. That would be bad. I did pick up my 2.5 inch piece and my 3.5 inch piece, and the 3.5 is going to go on this side, which will give me a wet dry line, because the other side over here is going to be tongue and groove, so we want to keep that in there so that 3 inches will be good. And of course the what is it called, the shower curtain, you know, will be here, so that's a good 5 inches from any wood, so I think that's good. And then the 2.5 inch piece is going to go on this side, right here. You see, there's not, right now I'm at 2 inches, and when I put my door on, this piece here almost becomes part of the door, you know, the door frame, but we'll figure that out. I may shim it out a little bit, no big deal. I'm gonna put my shower nozzle, whatever you call it, back in just as soon as I figure out what I'm gonna do with the vent. I mean, I literally could just get a roof vent and put it right there, okay? Which is, you know, that's one option. The other option is to reduce that down to 2 inch and run 2 inch flex pipe over to here, come around here. I mean, I didn't even have to come out to here. I could do it in the bathroom right there. Come over here. And remember my refrigerator box back there? I literally could, you can't see it very well, but let me see if I can see it from over here. Yeah. There's my refrigerator box. I could literally drill a 2 inch hole in that, put a one-way flapper, so that when the wind is, or the air is blowing from the bathroom, it'll open. But when it's closed, the air doesn't come backwards. But right there, and then that vents right out through the roof. So that may be an option that I do, so I don't have to cut another hole in the roof. But either way, this will be vented. This is you see the flapper open. See how it opens when it's got wind? Okay. But when there's no wind on the other side, the flapper closes. Okay. And that keeps, you know, it keeps stuff from going back into the fan. So that would be the sort of the situation over here if I decide to do that vent over there. But yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Oh, that's the tape. Okay, I was wondering what that was. I've got some of that silver tape there, but yeah, if I drill a 2-inch hole right there and run me some 2-inch flex pipe all the way over to the bathroom, then I can avoid cutting another hole in the ceiling. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, that fan is pretty badass. You know, it's I mean, it's a household fan. I've been looking for an RV one that I liked. Yeah, it might have been 12 volt, but as you can see, you know, this runs fine off of 12 volt. I'm sorry, runs fine off, yeah, it runs fine off of 12 volt through the inverter. You know, again, when you're on batteries and you're out boondocking and you want to conserve energy, you don't really, things like this you don't really use. But I've decided to put it in the sub panel because, you know, I wanted it available in case we did want to use it. Because remember now, when we're not plugged into shore power, we end up, limiting our electric possibilities to the things that are in our sub panel. Okay. So right here is number 4, and number 4 is where the bathroom ventilation, I'll just call it the vent fan light heat, is right there, and that's on a 20 amp breaker. Okay. So I've got the main shut off just so I could test it, but I'll go ahead and turn it back on. Okay. And of course that's on, so you'll see that click on in a minute, or you'll hear it. But you can see here we're in blah 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 blah, we're in shore power. But that's going to click to generator as soon as the main panel powers up. Okay. You can kick on anytime, man. Anytime. I know what I did. I had the air conditioning running and the bathroom heat strip. Okay. So what I did was, I'll bet, well, I don't bet, I know, I tripped the circuit breaker in my panel. So let's see, the garage Garage, 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 right here, number 1. Yep. Okay. There we go. So this should kick over to there it is. Kick over to generator. So now this main panel right here is acting as the generator. Remember, feeding the switch and sending power up to our sub panel. So we're cooking with 100% power right now. 121.4 volts is what's coming in. Remember now, that's only a 20 amp. I'm only bringing 20 amps in, so if I were on 50 amp service, like at a campground or something, I could have run my air conditioner and had that, you know, exhaust heat, fan heat in the bathroom running, and I probably would have been okay. So you just got to keep that in mind when you're, you know, when you're at 50 amps or, you know, or less, 30 amps. I mean, you're not home anymore. So, all right. I'm just gonna clean up here today. I think I'm pretty much done for the day. I think I got a lot accomplished. I'm pleased with that fan. So, since I put that since I put something, I put that breaker number 4 for the bathroom exhaust fan. I gotta go put that on my chart on my computer so I know that number 4 is what number 4 is, which is the bathroom exhaust fan system. So I'm gonna go do that. All right, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to you later.